Back on SportsBIT Betting Insight today. Big game breakdown continues. Live on sportsbookreview.com. The late game on Fox Sunday afternoon. Packers and the Cowboys. Dallas 4.5, 52.5 the total. Again, playoff experience since 2010. Packers have 8 playoff wins. The Cowboys have 1. But of course, the rookies have 0. And the Cowboys rookies, I think they're impervious to pressure. Former NFL quarterback Matt Hasselbeck. They, Cowboys rookies, don't even know what they don't even know. They're so naive, it will help them tremendously. It's kind of freeing when you don't know how big the moment is. End quote. Prescott becomes just the 3rd rookie to start a playoff game off the bye since the current format in 1990. The other 2, Shaun King and Roethlisberger, they both won their first 2 games before losing in the conference championships.
So, I mean, I love that quote from Hasselbeck. They don't know what they don't even know what they don't know. And think about it, Paulie. When I first moved to Vegas, okay, if I would have known everything, no way I moved to Vegas. You know, you're like, no, I'm not doing that. Are you kidding? Your hair's going to go all gray. You know, it's going to make you crazy. But the fact that you don't know when you're in this situation, the fact that you're young and naive, I think it does help Dallas tremendously in this ballgame. Here's a quote from Dak Prescott. Quote, "Can't really say that I've ever truly put it in my head that I'm a rookie, that I can't do something. I never put that stigma on myself. So I'm excited and ready to go. I want to go where those guys are. I want them in multiple Super Bowls in this league. So it's going to be great going against those guys, seeing those guys on the other side, and just watching them, knowing I have a good team and a team that can beat them." You know, and you talk about how they rolled. I mean, look, they rolled the Packers. Some of these rematch games, I don't put anything to it. I really don't. The situation stood out as bad or good for one team or another. This wasn't one of those games. You know, Green Bay came to play, and Dallas, 33 for $191 on the ground. The offensive line pushed the Packers' defensive line all night long in that first meeting between these two teams.
Now, Rodgers did have 4 turnovers. I don't expect that to happen on Sunday, but he should be without Jordy Nelson. The kid just got out of the hospital on Monday. He has 2 fractured ribs. He won't practice till Saturday. I can't imagine he plays. If he does, I mean, what's he at? 10%, 20%? But can they get stops? Because Green Bay scored at least 30 points in each of the last 5 games. The last 8 games for Green Bay, Rodgers has 22 touchdowns, zero interceptions, on fire. And as you saw against the Giants, these guys don't have to be open. He just has to get a tight spot and he'll fit it in there.
Yes, when Jordy Nelson is in the offense and the offense is working efficiently. 30 plus each of the last 5 games. And 22-0. Think about it. When Joe Flacco went on that legendary playoff run and took the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl, what was his ratio? 11 TDs, 0 INTs, and that was the greatest postseason run of all time, you know? Now Aaron Rodgers has basically doubled that. 22 touchdowns without a pick. I'm not going to say he's due, but he's due. Look, Pro Football Focus, all right, final regular season rankings of secondaries. Number 1, the Dallas Cowboys. That's how high the Dallas pass defense is ranked in some advanced metric circles. Now look, they're not loaded with elite talents. You know, Barry Church, the safety, ranks number 9 among safeties. And Morris Claiborne ranks number 12. And Brandon Carr was on the field for the most snaps. And, you know, Church gets the best coverage grade, or run defense grade. And Claiborne gets the best coverage grade. But when you put all those guys together, after having just one defensive back with an above-average coverage grade last season, all 8 players with at least 100 snaps in 2016 earned average or better grades. What's happened? The defense didn't get elite. They just got competent, and that's gone a long way towards the Cowboys' success this season.
Yes, Football Outsiders rate Dallas 15th D overall, 18th against the pass, and 8th against the run, and they allowed 61% completions. Only Detroit was worse. That's the bad there. But, you know, if you can cover, that's one thing. It's going to be hard to cover Adams and Cobb if you can't put pressure on Rodgers and you let him just stand there.
Yeah, and some of the pass defensive numbers are ugly. You know, when you're 31 out of 32 NFL teams in completion percentage, that's not good going up against Aaron Rodgers. When you'll get interceptions on, 1.4% of all passes, only the Jaguars got interceptions on a fewer percentage of all passes. So you ask yourself, is the truth in the ratings of the defensive backs or in the production of the unit as a whole. Now you talk about that Football Outsider rank, with the 15 defense overall. They rank Dallas 8 against the run and 18 against the pass. So you're seeing very dramatic differences in terms of the advanced metric numbers for that Cowboys defense. The bottom line for Dallas is that it's going to help them. The Jordy Nelson factor to me is the key point in the game. If Nelson can't be at his usual self, I don't think that Aaron Rodgers can have the type of success he's been having against the Cowboys defense that is at least pretty good against the pass. Whether or not they're elite, that's another question entirely.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
That's right, the 8th annual SBR Forum Bash will be held at the breathtaking all-inclusive Hard Rock Hotel in Punta Cana on Super Bowl weekend. Join Natalie Rydstrom and the Odds Couple as they mingle with SBR pros and have fun under the sun. Stay tuned for video coverage of Bash activities, including a $5,000 poker tournament sponsored by uwager.eu. Only on SBR, your sportsbook authority since 1999.